I often get comments asking me what I think about past life regression. And when I say comments, I really mean messages, because this is quite a personal thing. I get these long messages in the form of emails or Instagram DMs from people, you guys, I guess, asking what I think about past life regression, how it works, how to do it, what to watch out for, and all kinds of other things. So I won't go into too much detail on what people ask, but it's very personal and very, I would say, important, especially in what's going on with the world today. People are curious about the stuff, right? You want to know why we're here, what happened before, did we have a life before, what's going to happen in our next lifetime if you believe in reincarnation and all these different concepts, right? So for beginners, right, just completely to explain from the beginning, past life regression is where you basically are guided into a state where you can remember your past lives. So for those of you who don't believe in past lives, just stick with me here, because I'll explain a bit at the end about how you can kind of more easily understand it, or at least more easily be open to it. If you just flat out don't believe in past lives, we'll do that at the end, okay? For now, let's just understand that. Let's assume that past lives are a real thing, and past life regression is where you're hypnotized or guided or influenced, because there's different ways of doing it, into remembering parts of that past life or different lives. And the idea is that these memories are stored within the fabric of reality itself. And I can get into the quantum mechanics of this. Obviously, I'm not a quantum mechanic. I'm not a quantum physicist, but I do have a little bit of a understanding about how these things work. But what it basically is that at the quantum level, we're all connected, not only through quantum mechanics to every other particle in existence, but we're connected to every other particle throughout time. So what that means is that we are inherently connected, each one of us connected to everything in the past as well as everything in the future, because the future and the past don't really exist. They're just kind of illusions that we as a 3D being created to better understand time. And I know this is a bit like, we could go off on all kinds of tangents here. I'm going to try and keep this focused on past life regression for now. But yeah, let me know what you think if you want me to make different videos. Usually past life regression is done through like meditation or guided meditation, hypnosis. You can also do it through different like distance techniques and things like that. But most of the time, it's going to be done through like a meditation. Somebody or something like an audio track generally telling you and guiding you through the process, right? They might say like, like a guided meditation. They just walk you through how to meditate. Now focus on this, now focus on this. Right? You've probably done this. And so what it means is that you, through the hypnosis or guided meditation, you move yourself into a mental state where you're so relaxed and suggestible and kind of open. Your shields are down, let's say. You're not consciously filtering information as much. And when you're in that state, what happens is you're actually more able to connect with these different things, right? Your past lives, your subconscious mind, your limiting beliefs. The reason why you would want to do that is because it allows you to connect with your repressed emotions and memories and what you learned basically in your past lives, and bring that with you into this life. It's very similar in a way to lucid dreaming, because in lucid dreaming, what you do is if you're using it for profound or important things, you will go into the lucid dream, learn something, experience something, have a breakthrough, shift something, change your mindset, and then you'll bring that learning back with you into the waking life, into your real life. So in that way, it's very similar to lucid dreaming. Okay, you're basically having an experience or a memory or a learning, bringing that back with you to now where you can actually use it. Okay, that's the whole point of it. That's why you would want to do it. So the way it works usually in the guided meditation is you'll be very relaxed and open to suggestion, open to receiving information and signals and frequency and that kind of thing. So an interesting thing that happens is that when you do past life regression, it can help to explain your current patterns of behavior. So let's say if you always do this really specific thing and you've always wondered, why do I do that? Or why do I react in that way? Well, it's pretty likely that is something to do with the past life. Because what happens is in past lives, they imprint on you and you take a lot of the learning and the experiences over to your next life. So you end up kind of repeating similar patterns and similar behavior patterns in your current life. In a nutshell, basically, it's just moving yourself or enhancing your brain to the point where you are guided into a state where you can remember what happened in your past lives. You then take those memories and learnings and ideas and bring them back into your current life, where you can use them to improve your situation, right? You can understand your behavior patterns, let things go that you're holding on to, et cetera, right? So if you want to do it, that's a different video, right? I need to explain how to do it is a different video. So make sure you subscribe and check out my other stuff, and leave a comment letting me know what you think about this. Firstly, do you think it's even possible? Now, I did promise you that I would explain what to do or how it works if you don't believe in past lives. So basically, the idea is that you have had these previous lives and they imprint on you, and then you bring some of that back with you to your current life. I would argue that it actually goes one step further, and that you don't just bring something back, you bring everything with you. So no matter what lifetime you're living, you're actually the embodiment of everything that has been and will be in the future. Because time, again, doesn't really exist. It's just an illusion. Time is actually non-linear, and it doesn't just go around in a circle. It goes around in multiple infinite circles in every direction. So what that means is that basically, whether you believe in past lives or not, we are inherently all connected to everything else. And this has been proven. This has been proven through various different ways, quantum mechanics being the main one, but different other ways as well. And so what that means is that even if you don't believe in past lives, that's fine. But you can't really at this point deny that we are all inherently connected at a quantum level. There's been many experiments done on this. There's various different books and studies I can recommend. But if you take that as a known, you can extrapolate that out and say, well, okay, if we're all connected and time is not really linear, it only appears linear in our perception, right? Because this has also been shown through quantum mechanics. Then the next logical step is that, okay, well, if everything's connected and time isn't real, then everything is connected throughout what we perceive as time, meaning that we are all inherently connected to all things that exist throughout time as we perceive it. So the next logical step after that is that, okay, in the past, there were many people, obviously, who had lived many different lives. There's no, I would say, direct proof that, let's say, I had a specific past life that I can point to and say, that's the proof I had the specific past life. Not as of yet, anyway. But what there is that a lot of subjective people and reports have come out and said, well, I strongly believe I had this past life and I was this exact person. And I remember it so clearly that I can tell you every detail of their life. And they do. And there's lots of people who kind of report exact, really specific details that they would have no way of knowing about their past lifetime as a specific person. And so what you have to do is really just look at the big picture and the balance of probability here. Okay, so on the one hand, you have evidence showing we're all connected, evidence showing that time isn't real, and everything is connected throughout the past as we perceive it and the future. Every point is connected to every other point like a hologram. Okay, so if that's true, and then you have this huge group of people over here saying, remembering really specific details and the timelines of their past life from people they would have no connection with or had no way of knowing, you have to put the two together and think, well, okay, it's looking pretty likely then that past lives are a real thing, and there's not really any other good explanation that explains those two things. So yeah, that's my opinion about that. I could go into more detail, maybe I will, but I want to keep these videos pretty to the point and punchy. So let me know what you think.